Hi everyone, my name is Yatir and I'm the CEO and founder of Confirmu. We're a credit risk scoring startup and we set out on a mission to enable financial inclusion by providing lenders with alternative score based on a non-invasive 3-minute game that uses psychometrics and behavioral traits. The mission that we set out is to enable financial inclusion where 3.7 billion people lack access to credit history, and therefore they're basically excluded from getting a loan. Every time someone out of that 3.7 billion population would walk into a bank branch, he would automatically get rejected because he simply doesn't have any credit history. And on the lender side, they're actually losing more than $1 trillion in global annual revenues as a result of this problem. So the team at Confirmu came up with a novel approach that enables almost everyone on this planet to get access to credit simply by playing a 3-minute game, which uses culturalized day-to-day life situations. And what this means is that you don't need to know read and write. All you need to do is play a game in your local language, and there you go. After 3 minutes, you're credit worthy. We think that Confirmu could play a major role in financial inclusion space and can actually make an impact. And therefore, we estimate the potential revenues within 5 years from now around nearly $3 billion in annual revenues. So with this in mind, let me show you how.
Let's say a consumer needs to apply for a motorbike loan. Let's say go to the bank's website and fill out a loan application form. The bank in turn would raise a motorbike loan. He would go to the bank's website and fill out a loan application form. The bank in turn would raise a request with the credit bureau to look for the consumer's credit history. Unfortunately, the credit bureau returns a nil score, and therefore the loan application gets rejected. Now, the lender has the option to use Confirmu's score. He would ask the applicant, "Why don't you play Confirmu's game?" It's a 3-minute fun game which will return a score based on psychometrics and behavioral traits.
How do you want to get to the cafe? What do you think you should do? What is the cost of the jeans and top?
Rupees 3,800.
Do you want to bargain?
My last price rupees 3,200. Take it or leave it.
At the end of the game, Confirmu will send a score in real time to the lender, who then could make an informed decision whether to approve or reject the loan application. Fortunately, the applicant did really well. He scored high and got his motorbike loan approved. The bank gains a new customer that without Confirmu was previously lost to them. Both the lender and the borrower benefited thanks to Confirmu.
So with that in mind, we have really global traction for an early stage startup. It was only active in the market a year and a half. We managed to pilot in India with Experian that impaneled two successful lenders, Grameen Foundation and Sonata Finance. More than 30,000 applicants play Confirmu's game. And as you can see, we're engaged with pilots with global lenders such as Samsung and tier 1 private banks in India, a successful lender in Vietnam, a neobank in India, and India's largest tier 1 private bank. But not only that, global credit bureau based out of Africa, and another local credit bureau based out of Nigeria. And we're also seeing opportunities in Latin America and Central America. Our metric shows that more than 50,000 consumers have played the game, and we're about nearly 15,000 consumers who got loans through our lending partners. This game is not just a game, it's an actual true credit risk model, an innovative one. And as you can see from one of our use cases in Africa, in the agri-lending space, we've managed to actually make a huge impact by reducing for the lender more than 43% of the declines, and actually coming up with nearly 2.5% improvement in the revenue side for the lenders. We look at the psychology behind the game. We look at basically two types of personas. One is the person who has locus self-control and is minded about his day-to-day life obligation. And the other person, which is more of the entrepreneurial typecast, is someone who would do basically everything to make his business successful, even at rough time, which requires a lot of resilience. And this is the type of things that we measure in the game. What makes us different than the other competitors out there in the market is the fact, a couple of facts actually. One, we have an immersive game. It's not a questionnaire, it's more like a challenge. We don't tap into your mobile data. We don't tap into your personal social media data, and we don't scrape any SMS messages. What makes us unique in that sense that we take your own data from by your consent, and we don't know your age, gender, or ethnic origin, or past performance history. It's just how you play the game. This is the best democratized way to actually make financial inclusion happen. And the way we make money is we act basically like a credit bureau model where we actually charge the client by a monthly bucket of scores, and that actually translates to how many games have been played. And we need to make sure the lender would buy a specific monthly bucket of score that at the end of the day would be looked at as like a monthly subscription. So to make a great, successful venture, you need great people. And I'd like to introduce the team. First of all, myself, Yatir, I'm CEO and founder. I'm based out of Tel Aviv, Israel, and my background is all combination of financials and tech. My partner next to me, Raju Chitambaram, based out of Silicon Valley, former chief architect at Intuit and UST Global, and visiting scholar at MIT and owned more than 30 patents under his name. We have also Brendan Lagrange, our CSA, and joining us from the UK, who is a former chief of research at TransUnion and Experian, and he's building our unique credit risk solution scorecards for our clients. And we have also Niharika, our head of science, which is based out of Mumbai, and she's building the psychometric track. And we have also a sales head in India and a lead creative psychologist also there in India. And we have also credit scorecard team based out of South Africa. And we've done our first angel round with 2 syndicates from Singapore and the US. And we're looking to raise $1.5 million to grow our global sales team and to get us to 600K ARR by end of 2022, where 800K have already been committed by SOSV, Draper Startup House, Sontech, and another VC from India, where most of the funds would go to sales, staff, and marketing, and the rest would go to product and general and administrative. Thank you so much for listening and looking at Confirmu. We welcome you on board to join us this successful long-haul journey to make a change and an impact around financial inclusion and the underwriting space in the world. Thank you so much.